I gotta tell you, Silent Night looks great, but it was a silent night when the Oceangate Titan disappeared. And that leads me to our feature story of the night. Let's get it. Come on. So Oceangate's Titan, you all remember that story, what happened with this. It happened back in June where they're going down to the Titanic, their own company making this sub, going down there and just putting a bunch of people on it, and everyone was worried about it. And then, of course, disappeared. They found the wreckage later. It was a whole thing over the news. They were trying to find them. And then they did find everything by the Titanic. But, this went down, and it was a scary time for a lot of people. They're worried about it. And James Cameron's on the news. Thanks, Mike. James Cameron's on the news. The sub vanished on June 18th. They actually found it on June 23rd, finally. And, of course, everyone passed away because it just didn't survive the wreckage. How do you survive down there? So far down, something goes bad and implodes. What do? You're screwed at that point. So I heard about this, that they're doing a movie now based off it. And they're saying they're going to honor it. They're going to do a movie, and it's going to be called Salvaged. And they're also doing a docuseries too called Salvage, same name. But Salvage, the docuseries is in development now, and then they're working early on the fictionalized movie version, which will be coming later on down the line. And it's by E. Brian Dobbins, who did Blackish. He's also in The Blackening. And this is a real thing. It's a movie happening about this. And they're saying their film will not only honor all those involved in the submarine tragedy and their families, but the feature will serve as a vessel that also addresses a more macro concern about the nature of media today. And it's supposed to take place before, during, and after the 5-day tragedy, which claimed 5 lives. Horrible way to die. I can't even imagine just being trapped like that and bam, it's like imploding under the ocean. And that's it's like, but it was like an explosion under the ocean. So it's just like, I'd imagine it was still fast, but horrible, trapped and you're dead. And that's it. Yeah. And that's it.
It's a literal nightmare scenario.
Now, it seems like if it wasn't a real story, it seems like, oh, it's a great movie. You know what I mean? But it's a real story. And it's like, is it too new? Is it too fresh to do this? They say they're going to honor all these people. It's more about the media. But I feel like I read this story and I was like, why are we doing a movie about this? I would get like a docuseries. That's great because you can also lead into like maybe the things that were done wrong, the things that were done right. Like, like independent, independent like motivation to actually make things and push outside the barrier of everybody else that's doing stuff and like let independent corporations come in there and make their own subs. That's great. But overall, I'm like, this is not, it's weird. I heard they did a video game controller to navigate the craft. That's really, they did a video game controller to navigate the craft. That also happened. And for me, it's like, you see the bad things that happen, the good things, it was innovation still. But a lot of bad things happened during this. To make a movie off this, I don't know if that's the thing we should be doing. Sabrina, did you watch a movie about this? And this is a good idea for a feature film, or should they just stick to a docu-series about it?
I don't think it's really in poor taste. Like, when people are like too soon, like that's how I feel about this. 100% too soon. Like it's no. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I really think it's in poor taste. I don't know who is giving an okay for this. Like a docu-series. Sure. Absolutely. Something like that. I understand. I still kind of feel like it's a little bit soon, but I don't understand why. I don't know. I don't understand why you would do this so soon. It's ridiculous. And also, like, I can't understand why anyone would pay whatever it was, $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 to go in like.
It was $250,000.
$250,000.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse. My God.
And then Stockton Rush died too on top of it, the CEO.
God, that's brutal. I'm sorry. It's not, in all seriousness, like it was like basically built of tinfoil with a video game controller and one shitter in the middle of the fucking room. It was a tiny little, I don't know. I can't imagine anyone deciding to do that. And I'm sure there's people in all of those people's lives who passed away that said, don't fucking do this. And like, I just don't think this is the right move. Like, I really don't. If I was one of those people and I thought like, it's just I don't know. I'm giving this a hard fucking pass. Honestly, I just, no. For me, it's a no.
They just wanted to get to the Titanic, Sabrina.
I don't care. How about you just watch what James Cameron shot of the Titanic? He did all of like he did such extensive research before he made Titanic. Yeah. Like, I don't know why I just don't understand. There's plenty of videos and footage and information. Like, I don't know why you would physically need to go down. And what is even down there? I mean, it's been so long.
It's disintegrating. It's disappearing, It's
yeah, great. Well, okay, great. That's it. That's what it's supposed to do. It's under the fucking sea.
And every time they go there, they actually destroy more of the ship,
yeah,
actually. Every time they actually down there.
The motion and the shit, it fucks it up more. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's insane. It's crazy and scary. And it's a lot. It's not. Yeah. Not for me.
I mean, especially the way you saw that sub was, it's very tight quarters, and then to die like that, it seems, oh my God, it just seems insane to me.
Like a little fucking window, and it was like,
a little window.
Tiny,
that's it.
There was literally a toilet bowl in the middle of the room, like not closed off.
It was a bucket. Yeah. It was a fucking bucket.
If you had to go to the bathroom, you're gonna sit right there. Like, well, I don't know. It's just I can't. I don't know.
Sean, would you make a movie like this, or do you agree with Sabrina? This is too soon. We shouldn't be touching on this. What do you think? You're a producer. Would you do it?
Listen, okay. The story's already out there. Everyone knows what happened. Everyone has seen all the animations showing you what happens in implosion, how fast these people died. So there are two conditions if I'm going to see this movie, all right? Number one, every character is played by Danny DeVito. That's number one. Number two, we see the implosion as if it's the slow motion death scenes from Death Proof. There's a deep dive for you if you remember the Grindhouse movies.
I love Death Proof.
Yeah, Death Proof.
Right? Mike.
It's fucking terrible. I don't think we need a movie about this. We know what happened. The poor, dead people, rich dead people, whatever have you. Like, they've already been lampooned over and over again. I don't think that there's anything that a movie would uncover that we don't already know. Like, this thing was covered nonstop in the news. There was, we heard some pings, and then the Navy said, we heard it a couple days ago, but we couldn't say shit.
Brutal.
Like, we already know what happened here. There's no mystery. Like, unless it's the fascination of what would Danny DeVito look like in one of these submersibles, and number two, show me low slow-mo death proof style implosion murders. But that's it. I don't want to see this. I don't want this made. Yeah. I don't want anyone to profit off of this.
Yeah, me too.
It just seems insane. It just seems insane that you make a movie about that. Like I said, docuseries, one thing. You get to actually go into what went wrong, what the innovation they were making, but what went wrong, that's great, And then you get to be like, this is what you should not do. Maybe not use a PlayStation 4 controller. I don't know.
I think everyone knows what they should not do.
It was not even a PlayStation 4 controller. It was a third party. No, it was a third party. I want to say Mad Cat. Like one of those.
Oh, Mad Cat. I know what you're talking about.
One of those controllers.
Aftermarket controller.
Aftermarket. Yep. You would give this to the cousin who visited you that you hated on Thanksgiving. That really wanted. Yeah. Like shit.
Buttons don't work right.
Stick drift. Yeah, the buttons you really got to slam them in. Not exactly something you want to build a submersible's control and capabilities of navigation around. But I also am not a billionaire that has money to waste on this kind of venture. So God knows. I don't know.
Yeah, rich douchebags we have enough of. It's true, Goldie. It's true. But I'm just saying, like,
Logitech. All right.
Logitech. There's a Logitech.
Thank you.
I know those controllers too well, and you never want to get those. When you're at somebody's house as a kid, you never want to get that shit. Like, why give me the bullshit rip-off third-party one? I don't want that. But yeah, I mean, the fact they did this, it's horrible. I don't think they should benefit off this at all either. No one should be making money off this tragedy. Again, they made a lot of money off the Titanic, but how long after the fact was it? The people are still just like, this just happened in June. You're already announcing a movie? Like what the hell? Mike, what do you think? Okay, your producer, would you make this end too? Or do you think, again, like Sean and everybody else there, we should maybe just not fucking touch this?
This is really an interesting story. I had only peripherally engaged with it when it showed up in my feed 100 days ago now. Barely 100 days ago this happened.
Damn.
Wow.
But now I think I'll probably end up doing a Wikipedia deep dive on it. James Cameron has made comments. It's
a lot.
You guys, I think you guys are dancing around one of the interesting things kind of going on. It feels very soon. Apologies to the family for the trumpet drop, by the way. That was too soon. If you're watching, like and subscribe, please. I'm not a terrible person. Let me read.
Yeah, they were friends of the show too. So.
Yeah.
Let me read from one of the writers, who's also a founder of the production company Mind Riot.
Mind Riot's doing it. Yep.
The Titan tragedy is yet another example of a misinformed and quick-to-pounce system. In this case, our nonstop 24/7 media cycle that convicts and ruins the lives of so many people without any due process. It's 100 days in, and Homeboy is spinning narrative. And not only is he spinning narrative, but he is accusing others of spinning narrative. So it stinks of some kind of psyop a little bit. And not that it means anything, but Kesey, this Mind Riot guy, he's also a licensed lawyer turned filmmaker. So I don't know if that means anything. We did get a little bit of narrative that the CEO, Stockton Rush, that he was warned repeatedly and in writing that he needed to perform more safety checks, get certified by various bodies, and he ignored. I've got a quote from here from CEO Stockton Rush, quote, "I am well qualified to understand the risks and issues associated with subsea exploration in a new vehicle." So maybe he was saying like, there's a chance, I'll take that chance. What it sounds like is he's taking the lives of his clients in his hand and not telling them what the actual dangers are, especially when people are saying, hey, bro, don't do this. You
don't do this.
Do this. Everyone was saying that to this guy.
But also, he was also on there, and I think that gave people a false sense of fucking security. You know what I mean? Like, the person who built it is going there. You know what I mean? Like, that's a false sense of security. You're like, well, obviously, this guy's going to do it. He's not going to risk his life. He's obviously very confident. So here's $250,000. Like, it's crazy.
Right, but it's weird then that the writers come out right away to be like, oh, everybody's coming at this with this spin that we need to correct. So I don't see any other way to spin that, because they have the documentation of this guy being warned. He didn't, and people died. I don't see how that's spin. It seems like the narrative for the movie would be the usual, like, oh, he's an innovator. That's the word I read over and over and over again. Like, he's Icarus. He flew too close to the sun. But newsflash, guys, Icarus only melted his own wings. He didn't have any passengers. Okay,
it's true.
Very good point. Very good point.
He's fine, guys.
Interested in seeing what they mean by that, but I don't know. Maybe somebody.
So it's all to paint this guy who,
It could be a commercial. That's what I'm saying.
It could be. I mean, I just think this whole thing, like you're saying, the fact that he took these people's lives into his hands when he was warned multiple times, that they're spinning it right now, the whole story. I maybe they're trying to create buzz though, Mike. Like, oh, we'll create some more buzz, and it's like, we'll do it right now because people are talking about it. But it's just dumb. I don't know who would ever greenlight a project like this. And as Goldie said, condolences, yes, but he said a little bit more than that. But thinking about the gene pool, but that's a whole story. But I just think that a tragedy happened here, and we shouldn't be exploiting it right now. It's too soon. These people are fresh in their graves, and it was a huge thing that everyone talked about. And they said they're going to twist about the media, like, and everything else, and try to, show like how the world was affected by it. But overall, I think the docuseries, leave it at that. Don't do a movie. No one should make fucking money off this. Mike, the facts you're bringing are awesome. The fact that people are doing that, I can't fucking believe it. I can't believe it, actually. And the world we live in, I can't believe it. So I just say, thumbs down on this. So we shouldn't be making this movie.
I agree.
People made a bad fucking call. I should say Rush made a bad fucking call. And on top of that, he killed people in the process. And they should have fucking followed James Cameron. James Cameron even said, you always have two subs. You don't have one. You always have two, just in case something bad goes wrong.
Okay, you're calling it a sub. It's not a sub. Okay,
it's not a sub.
Let's be clear on that.
Well, I mean,
a circle with a shitter in the middle.
What would a second sub have done in this situation? It's not like they're going to scrape up the imploded remains. Like, what are we supposed to do? Or just
sorry, they're gone.
Oh shit, and they're dead.
And they're dead.
That's the thing. You hear the one creak, like the before you were completely flattened.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad.
You have 1 nanosecond to shit your pants.
Yep, and then it's done. That doesn't even matter.
It's just a lot of compression and folding.
100%.
If I remember the animations that I've seen on Korean television. I don't know.
Yeah, but everybody, a movie is coming about this. And Salvaged, I don't know if it'll be good. I really don't think it will. I'm more likely to check out the documentary than I am check out this movie. But no word on when it's coming. It's very early development, but they're pushing forward and they're trying to make a movie off this tragedy. Of course they are. And I do not think it's going to be the Titanic success that they hope it's going to be.